Good evening. I am Scott, and this is the first video review, cigar review that I'm going to do for Scotty Cigars. First of all, I've been smoking cigars for about 15 years now, ever since I was sort of a teenager. And I thought, looking online, every time I look for a new cigar, I'd like to try a new cigar, I go online and I try to get other people's opinions and get some feeling for which cigars I'd like, which I may not like. Size, it's nice to see them and see someone holding them and things like that. So I thought I could do that myself, potentially. A lot of the videos online, they go, of the reviews, people doing the review tend to go on and on and on, and whilst I'm interested in the cigar, I quickly lose interest. So I'm going to try and do shorter review videos, possibly with a bit of background music or whatever, just a bit more light-hearted. Not a serious review by any means, but something light-hearted that people can just try and take away some general information and some general feedback on the cigar themselves. So first of all, for episode 1, I've got a special cigar here. It's a Punch 48, so I'm going to try a Punch 48 today. If you hear a bang, it is November the 3rd 2017, and there are a few fireworks flying about, so that's what that is. This is a Punch 48. It's a limited, I'm pretty sure it's a limited edition. It's exclusive to the Casa de Habana, which is dictated by this band. They've got 2 different bands. They've got a red band and a gold band. This is obviously a gold version for specials, and I've been told the gold band usually stands for the Casa de Habana cigars that aren't necessarily Cuban, whereas the red ones are all Cuban. But anyway, this is the cigar. You can see. I must admit, the ring is actually really nice. It's a really nice ring. I don't know if you can see that. I wonder if I get some focus on it somehow. Come on, focus. Yeah, it's not really focusing. There we go. It's a really nice ring. Now the cigar itself, I'm trying to think of what it reminds me of. H. Upmann. It smells very much like a H. Upmann, like a Magnum 50 or whatever. Now the normal Punch, I think it's the Punch is 46 ring gauge. This is obviously a special being a 48, so I don't imagine it being too different from the normal Punch, which tends to be sort of, I thought, a light to medium cigar. But let's get it cut. The wrapper itself, very dark. It looks like it's very humid. It arrived yesterday. A couple of spots, tobacco spots on it, which isn't a problem at all. It looks like a double cap or a triple cap. If it's a triple cap, they're very close together. That's either double or triple. Feeling it's very hard, very solid cigar. Not soft to touch, so I'm guessing it's going to be a bit of a unit, but let's see. We'll get a bit toasty here. I need to turn my lighter down a little bit. I've toasted the end to within an inch of its life. I should have turned this down. This is quite powerful. It's a triple flame lighter. First of all, it's hard to the draw is good. The draw is very smooth. It's not too light. Sometimes you get like Trinidad Vihir or something, or the Topaz. Sometimes you get a really light draw because of the thickness, the ring gauge thickness. This is it's a Gordo Corona, isn't it? So it's as you would expect. It's tighter than a Robusto. I'm getting a nutty fragrance. It's very nutty, very, very nutty. In terms of the taste, I think it's, I mean, it obviously is, but it tastes like a young cigar where the flavours haven't quite evolved too much. I'm getting a little bit of marzipan, nuts and marzipan on the smell, the smoke. It's probably burning a little bit hot at the moment. But that ring really is nice. It's nice to hold as well. It's kind of a good size. 48 ring gauge, but I think it's about 5.5 inches long. Is kind of the perfect size for me personally. I tend to like the thinner ring gauge cigars, certainly when it's not windy. If you've got windy weather or you're smoking outside, I like a larger ring gauge just because it's less temperamental. It can withstand the wind. It doesn't demand as much attention from you. So if you're going to something social or whatever, the last thing you want to take is Cohiba Especiales, for example, where it's going to demand attention for the full length of the smoke. I just had like a bit of just tasted a little bit like a Macanudo that I had in the Dominican Republic. I'm getting pepper, leather, and a little bit of sweetness at the end. A little bit of sweetness at the end of the finish. The smell though, nuts. It reminds me of a less. It's certainly medium. It's medium bodied. It's like a milder Bolivar. If I was to describe it, it's a milder Bolivar. Sometimes you get Bolivars that taste great, but they're just so strong. And by the time you get halfway through, you can't, well, me personally, I kind of lose interest in it a little bit. There go the fireworks. Right, so I'm going to smoke this for a bit. I'm going to light the fire, get out of the shed, sit in the garden, possibly drink a coffee, get coffee down with it. It feels like this lends itself to a coffee, to a black coffee. And I'll come back to you towards the end. Thanks. So, coming to the end of the Punch 48, and what have I made of it? First of all, the burn has been really pretty good. It did start to sidewind a little bit the end of the first third, as you saw in the picture, but it sorted itself out. I added a bit of heat to it and it sorted itself out. Certainly medium bodied. It quickly went to a woody taste and kind of remained there. I lost the pepper and leather, so it pretty much just stayed at wood. Stayed typically punch, if I'm honest with you, but nothing stood out to make it special. Nothing it's not a boring cigar. It kind of does exactly what it says on the tin. With it being a limited edition or a special for the Casa de Habana, I kind of expected a little bit more from it, something a little bit special, maybe a little bit of a kick, but pretty much it's just straight down the line, does what it says on the tin type of cigar. Would I recommend it? Yeah, why not? I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a decent smoke. It's smoked very well. Kicks out a lot of smoke. I always prefer sometimes the smell of a cigar rather than the taste. There isn't an awful lot of taste to it. I mean, I tend to feel that way about most woody cigars, but yeah, is it worth it? I think it's about 22 quid. There are probably other cigars I'd prefer to spend the money on that are a bit more special and flavoursome. Saying that, it is a young cigar, it is new to the market, so probably could do with a little bit of age on it, 3 to 6 months at least. But yeah, probably not for a beginner. Probably a little bit strong, a little bit full, medium to full bodied at this point for a beginner. So there's others I would recommend, but certainly try it. It's not a bad cigar, and it's done me well for a Friday night. So yeah, not bad. So if you like the review or think I should change the format or anything like that, you have any opinions, or you've even smoked a Punch 48 yourself, tell me what you think in the comments below, and please subscribe. What I'm going to do is do a few more cigars, see how it goes, and as this is the first video, it's obviously a little bit of a trial, but yeah, if you want to follow me and you want to follow the cigars that I'm obviously testing and reviewing, then hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you for the next one.